Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Surah Al-Qamar. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Iqtarabatis sa'atu wanshaqqal qamar. The hour has come near and the moon has split into two. The people of Makkah were demanding a miracle from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they wanted to see how he would split the moon. And it is said that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, by the pointing of his finger, and then the moon split up. But Allah says, and if they see a sign, they turn away and say passing magic, meaning some of them still didn't believe. And they denied and followed their inclinations, but for every matter is a time of settlement. And there has already come to them of information in which there is deterrence, extensive wisdom, but warning does not avail them. So leave them, O Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the day the caller calls to something forbidding. Their eyes humbled, they will emerge from the graves as if they were locusts spreading. Racing ahead towards the caller, the disbelievers will say this is a difficult day, whereas for a moment this is going to become a very easy day. The people of Nuh alayhi salam denied before them, and they denied our servant and said, a madman, and he was repelled. So he invoked his Lord, indeed, I am overpowered, so help. Then we opened the gates of the heaven with rain pouring down, and caused the earth to burst with springs, and the waters met for a matter already predestined, meaning there was water from above them, there was water from below them. And we carried him on a construction of planks and nails, sailing under our observation as reward for he who had been denied. And we left it as a sign, so is there any who will remember? And how severe were my punishment and warning. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِّرٍ. And we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance. So is there any who will remember? Meaning the Quran, as you go along reading, you will find things that are easy to implement. Why? Because a lot of burdens of our cultural norms, it is going to put off your shoulders. So then you are only remained with what needs to be done. Secondly, Quran takes away the fear of the people and brings in the fear of Allah, which gives you another relief that you don't need to worry about so many people. Because when you are worrying about people, you must have noticed that you can never satisfy them. Sometimes you are worrying about one thing and then you think, what about this one, what about this one? But when you are only worried about Allah, Allah's ordains are prescribed. They are not going to change. For example, if for a woman, Allah has given a dress code. Now this dress code is applicable anywhere she goes, and it is going to remain the same anywhere she goes. Whether it is spring, autumn, winter or summer, it remains the same when she goes out. So she doesn't need to worry of what she will look like and what people are going to say. So this relieves a very big burden. But it only happens when we read the Quran, and then we understand the injunctions, and then when we see the seerah of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that how many things that we are taking as religion are not a part of religion. And he has made things very easy. For example, in the case of death, we know that the mourning is only for 3 days, and then the life has to go on. But in our culture, we will see that the death is taken for days and days and days. And at times people are burdened with taking loans when they have to feed people and they have to take care of the people, and they forget the part that they are in the mourning, but they are taking care of the people who are coming. So we will see that as we read the Quran, Allah says it is easy for remembrance. What do you mean for remembrance? This can be number one in terms of when people are doing hifz. It is easy to remember, sharpens your memory for those who are doing hifz. And plus, of course, once we have read the injunctions, what difficult is it to remember that you have to tell the truth and not to tell a lie? What difficult is that to remember that you have to say your namaz? all these little remembrances are easy as long as one is taking it for him as a reminder. So Allah says, Kazzabat Aad fa kayfa kana azabi wa nuzur. Aad denied, and how severe were my punishment and warning. Indeed, we sent upon them a screaming wind on a day of continuous misfortune, extracting the people as if they were trunks of palm trees uprooted. For 7 days and 8 nights continuously there was wind which did not stop, and it just picked up and threw them over through the walls and the trees. And how severe were my punishment and warning, and say that these winds, they could not even feel secure in their homes. Sometimes you've seen that when there is excessive wind, all you want to do is go and shut your windows and your doors and you feel secure, but in their cases they were not even secure within their homes. And we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance, so is there any who will remember? Kazzabat Samud bin Nuzur. Samud denied the warning and said, it is one human being among us that we should follow. Indeed, we would then be in error and madness. Has the message been sent down upon him from among us? Rather, he is an insolent liar. They will know tomorrow who is the insolent liar. Indeed, we are sending the she-camel as trial for them. So watch them and be patient, and inform them that the water is shared between them, meaning she used to drink, it was a prescribed time for her to drink. For example, if 1 week was for her, then 1 week was for them, or if 1 day was for her, then the other day was for them. Each day of drink attended, that was by turns they had to take. But they called their companion, and he dared and hamstrung her. They say that this man was by the name of Qadar bin Salaf, who then came and hamstrung her. And how severe were my punishment and warning. Indeed, we sent upon them one shriek, that is, this was one blast from the sky, and they became like the dry twig fragments of an animal pen. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِّرٍ. And we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance, so is there any who will remember? The people of Lut alayhi salam denied the warning. Indeed, we sent upon them a storm of stones. Except the family of Lut, we saved them before dawn. And the people of Lut alayhi salam, we see that the worst of the punishments, disasters came on the people of Lut. Why? Because they were into homosexuality, and this one sin of theirs caused them the worst and the worst of the punishments. As favor from us, thus do we reward he who is grateful. And he had already warned them of our assault, but they disputed the warning. And they had demanded from him his guests, but we obliterated their eyes, saying, taste my punishment and warning. And there came upon them by morning an abiding punishment. So taste my punishment and warning. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِّرٍ. And so we see Allah Ta'ala says, and you will see that this ayat, that Quran has been made easy for remembrance, is going to be repeated in this surah, and you will see that with this Allah is again mentioning the perished nations. That means they did not listen to their messengers, although the message was very easy. Because you see, it's not that there will be only difficulties when one comes to the Quran. No, there is going to be difficulty, but with ease. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Usr will come, but it will come with yusr. It will become easy for the believer. It's not just that people think that this is something so difficult that once we will enter, it will be all about boredom and difficulties. No, it's not like that. Whereas it's going to be that Allah says that once one steps forward for Allah, Allah comes running to him. And there certainly came to the people of Pharaoh warning. They denied our signs, all of them, so we seized them with a seizure of one exalted in might and perfect in ability. Are your disbelievers better than those, that is the former ones? Or have you immunity in the scriptures? Or do they say we are an assembly supporting, meaning each other? Then we are strong enough that we don't need to, that we will not get perished. Their assembly will be defeated, and they will turn their backs, that is in retreat. But the hour is their appointment, and the hour is more disastrous and more bitter. Indeed, the criminals are in error and madness. The day they are dragged into the fire on their faces, it will be said to them, taste the torch of Sakar. Sakar is the name of hellfire. Indeed, all things we created were predestination, meaning everything has been determined. All that has been created is already determined, and our command is but one, like a glance of the eye. And we have already destroyed your kind, so is there any who will remember? And everything they did is in written records, and every small and great is inscribed. Indeed, the righteous will be among gardens and rivers, and in a seat of honor near a sovereign perfect in ability. Now this is for who? The righteous. Innal muttaqina fi jannatin wa nahar, gardens and rivers, fi maq'adin sidqin inda malikin muqtadir, and they will be very near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that they will be able to see him also while they will be in Jannah. May Allah make us one of them. Surah Ar-Rahman, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran, khalaqa al-insan, allamahu al-bayan, ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bihusban, wal-najmu wash-shajaru yasjudan, was-sama'u rafa'aha wa wada'a al-mizan, alla tatghaw fil mizan, wa aqimu al-wazna bil-qisti wa la tuqsiru al-mizan. The Most Merciful taught the Quran. That means Allah gives his own introduction, that he is Ar-Rahman. And if you see Surah Al-Fatiha, the beginning of the Quran starts with Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So you see, sometimes we think that we need to start off with the religion with harshness, with saying that you need to fear Allah and Allah is very strict in punishment. No, you see how Allah introduces himself? He introduces himself as the most merciful, meaning there is no disparity in Islam. All one needs to confirm is that Allah is merciful, and for my sins he is there to forgive me. Even if I have made the mistake, Allah is there to forgive me. Even if I am trying to learn something, Allah is going to be merciful to make them easy for me. And so, to show his mercy, Allah has taught us the Quran, because through the Quran we get to know how merciful Allah is. And then he created man, and when he created man, he taught him eloquence, meaning the speech that we have, the ability to talk we have, is one of the signs of Allah. How he made us able to talk. And of course this speech in return has to show its gratitude, that this speech is used to promote the Islam, to promote the deen, and for his sake. The sun and the moon move by precise calculation, and the stars and trees prostrate. And the heaven he raised and imposed the balance, meaning all the creation, all the things are in perfect humility and submission. It's man who has been taught. And then is it that when he's been taught, he's going to use it against Allah, or he's going to use it to his liking? So we see that everything that has been created is in total submission. Man has been given the ability to talk, and then it is to be seen whether he uses this ability in favor or disfavor. And then here it is said that heaven that Allah has raised, and it has been imposed with balance, meaning if these things do not maintain the prescribed balance, there is going to be turbulence on the earth, meaning we will not be able to live properly. For example, the degrees of the sun are maintained in such a way which is good for the life, meaning for the crops and for our living. Had this degree increased to a certain extent, life would have become difficult. The cold, the heat, the water, why do we have 3/4 of water? Why do we have 1/4 as land? Then the axis, then the orbiting, everything is prescribed in such a way that is making life possible on earth. Meaning, unless and until everything was not maintaining that balance it was created upon, things would become turbulent. So Allah says, now since they are maintaining everything is maintaining the balance, that you not transgress within the balance. So then why should you be allowed to transgress and disturb the balance? And then Allah says, and establish weight in justice, and do not make deficient the balance. Just because we have been given a choice, should we be allowed to pollute it? Should we be allowed to misuse the resources? Whereas وَلَكُمْ مَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا, whatever has been created on earth has been created for us. What should we expect from what has been created for us is that we should support it. We should use it to our benefits, not to our disadvantages. And what we are doing, if you will look at the seasides, what are we doing with the seasides? We are, whenever we go for picnics to the seaside, even taking a simple example of picnic, we come back and we leave the garbage on the seashore. We go to the parks where there is so much beauty, but we come back making them so untidy. Look at the roads, look at where we are living. I mean, everybody has been given this basic desire from inside to be clean and tidy. Are we really doing that? If you see, are we really following the rules that should be followed where we are making industries, where we are making factories? Where is all this smoke going to go? Where are those chemicals going to go? What is going to be the effect? And of course, with the global warming, we are also noticing the changes that are coming in the temperatures as regards to winters and as regards to summers. So Allah says that do not try to disturb this balance. If we are going to do so, then that means we are going against fitrat, and this fitrat, if it is tried to be shaken, then of course the repercussions are not going to be in favor of us. And the earth he laid out for the creatures, therein is fruit and palm trees having sheets of dates, and grain having husks and scented plants. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? So now we will see that almost 22 times this ayat is going to be repeated. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, and every time it comes we must say in return that, O our Rabb, we do not deny. La nukazib, we do not deny anything that you have created. This is the reply of a believer. And of course, this is such a famous ayat, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, that I don't need to translate it every time I'm going to read. He created man from clay like that of pottery, and he created the jinn from a smokeless flame of fire. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? Rabbul Mashriqaini wa Rabbul Maghribain. He is the Lord of the two sunrises and Lord of the two sunsets. Meaning, when it is a sunset over here, it is at the same time a sunrise somewhere else. And similarly, when it's a sunrise at some other place, then it becomes a sunset for another place. So this way it becomes two sunrises and two sunsets. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, and O our Rabb, we do not deny any of this. He released the two seas meeting one another. Between them is a barrier, so neither of them transgress. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? From both of them emerge pearl and coral. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, and to him belong the ships which sails elevated in the sea like mountains. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, every one upon it will perish. But apart from that, كُلُّ مَنْ عَلَيْهَا فَانٍ. And if this is what eternity was, then we should not have died. Why aren't we living here forever and ever? Why are people dying? And where are they going after death? One needs to understand that. وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ, and there will remain the face of your Lord, owner of majesty and honor. Only Allah is going to remain. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, whoever is within the heavens and earth, ask him every day. He is in, that is, a matter. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, we will attend to you, O prominent beings. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, meaning the day of judgment will come. يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ إِنِ اسْتَطَعْتُمْ أَن تَنْفُذُوا مِنْ أَقْطَارِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ فَانْفُذُوا. O company of jinn and mankind, if you are able to pass beyond the regions of the heavens and the earth, then pass. You will not pass except by the authority of Allah. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? There will be spent upon you a flame of fire and smoke, and you will not defend yourselves. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, and when the heaven is split open and becomes rose-colored like oil, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ, so Then on that day none will be asked about his sin among men or jinn. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? The criminals will be known by their marks, and they will be seized by the forelocks and the feet. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. This is hell which the criminals deny. They will circulate between it and scalding water, heated to the utmost degree. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ وَلِمَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ جَنَّتَانِ. But for he who has feared the position of his Lord are two gardens. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Having spreading branches, so which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? In both of them are two springs flowing. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? In both of them are of every fruit two kinds. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. They are reclining on beds whose linings are of silk brocade, and the fruit of the two gardens is hanging low. This surah in itself is very self-explanatory. All you need to do is just visualize, imagine the description that is coming of the paradise. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? In them are women limiting their glances, untouched before them by man or jinn. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ كَأَنَّهُنَّ الْيَاقُوتُ وَالْمَرْجَانُ. As if they were rubies and corals. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Is the reward for good anything but good? هَلْ جَزَاءُ الْإِحْسَانِ إِلَّا الْإِحْسَانِ. And look at the ihsan of Allah, which man can never even think of. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? And below them both are two gardens. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? Dark green in color, meaning they will be so rich. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. In both of them are two springs spouting. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? In both of them are fruit and palm trees and pomegranates. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? And you will see that why is food always mentioned with paradise? Because this is our entertainment on earth. Everywhere we go, we always want the different kinds of best foods. In them are good and beautiful women. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Fair ones reserved in pavilions. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? Untouched before them by man or jinn. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? Reclining on green cushions and beautiful fine carpets. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? تَبَارَكَ اسْمُ رَبِّكَ ذِي الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. Blessed is the name of your Lord, owner of majesty and honor. And with this we will say, O our Rabb, we don't deny any of these that you have mentioned. All that you say is true. With this, we are going to take a short break, and when we return, we will start Surah Al-Waqi'ah.